Welcome to The Peak, where becoming your best self is our goal. I'm Ashley Russo. On this week's episode, a 50-year anniversary worth a celebration. St. Luke's gives the comfort and care needed to a cancer patient. And a place that makes sure everyone has a home. All that and more coming up on The Peak. BSI Corporate Benefits has repeatedly been voted one of the best places to work in the Lehigh Valley and the nation, and it all leads back to their community-focused leader, Tony DeRay. Let's hear how he provides the best-in-class benefits to clients and gives back to the community.
Headquartered in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, BSI Corporate Benefits provides its clients with top-notch service and has been voted the best benefits consulting firm by Lehigh Valley Business since 2017. Let's learn why.
Well, originally I worked for an insurance company, and I did that for a couple of years and realized that I was much more suited to represent the company. So that's when I made the decision to leave the insurance company that I left and start my company, BSI. We represent companies who have to provide valuable benefits to their employees. Very expensive, obviously, health insurance being the most expensive benefit. So we're the ones that make sure that they're getting the highest value, highest quality plan for the least amount of money. I have such a tremendous amount of respect for the teammates that I get to work with on a daily basis because they really do and have made a commitment to our mission. They act every day like their name is on the door. Because of how intense we are about customer service and what we do for a living, it humbles me and impresses me on a daily basis. The reason that community service is such a big, important aspect of what we do, at BSI is that at the end of the day, just working at an insurance agency isn't enough. I couldn't be successful without participating in the community that's bringing the success to my firm. There's over 50 organizations that we support from a BSI perspective. So many of them I didn't even know about until we got new employees on board. And by bringing on those organizations and putting them out there in the world and allowing our employees to really understand that they work for an organization that will give them the opportunity to support organizations that are so important to them, I think that's what really makes us special.
Tony started BSI with the mission to be an advocate for his clients on both a human and financial level, and he's been doing just that ever since. I'm Katie, and that was a peek at the Valley.
Thanks for sitting down to talk, Tony. There's always a lesson to be learned from your experience and expertise. Up next, let's take a look at Meals on Wheels as they celebrate their 50-year anniversary of providing meals and caring for those who may need a little extra help.
I got involved with Meals on Wheels because we needed to do something for people in our community.
A lot of clients are really isolated and they're lonely. So seeing those volunteers every day is something they look forward to.
Really, the stars of the organization are the volunteers. They're the people who visit the clients, deliver the meals, make sure they're okay.
When somebody says, "What do you do with your spare time now that you're retired?" I can say with a great deal of pleasure, I help Meals on Wheels by delivering meals.
It's amazing to me that they're hitting their 50th anniversary. Obviously, people had a vision that people were in need of this kind of service.
Nobody wants to go to a nursing home. Nobody wants to go to a facility. They want to stay in their homes. And Meals on Wheels allows them to do that.
There are so many people that can't afford a meal, and they can provide 2 meals a day for individuals who are in need.
It's really been a joy for me to be a part of the program through kind of all the changes and evolution that's gone on. The kitchen that was built 30 some years ago now, I think we were maybe producing 400 to 500 meals a day then, and now we're in the thousands of meals a day that come out of that same facility.
I I got involved with Meals on Wheels because I met Joan Klostenko, who was the director at that time. Joan invited me to Meals on Wheels to a board meeting, and that began a 17-year love affair with Meals on Wheels.
My connection with Meals on Wheels goes back to 1975 when my wife was on the board of Meals on Wheels. She organized a group. That group kept going until she passed away, and even after she passed away, the group kept going for about 25 years after she died.
My parents were actually clients. They were clients for a year before Anna Jean Henry, the longtime director at Meals on Wheels, retired and the job came open. So I applied and said that this is certainly an agency that I can speak about because I know how it helped my parents.
When I thought about things that I'd like to be involved with as a newcomer to the Lehigh Valley, Meals on Wheels and their mission really was a very special one to me.
I have been so privileged to be part of that group for over 17 years. The group was outstanding and did what was right for our hometowns.
I think it's incredible the impact that Meals on Wheels has on people's lives. It goes way beyond meals.
I just feel good when I do it. You're doing a great deal of good for individuals in the community who need the help.
It's wonderful to see it make it to 50 years and hopefully for another 50 years.
Not only do these meals make a difference, the visits and smiling faces from volunteers truly make an impact on those they serve. What an incredible organization. Coming up, the St. Luke's Neurosurgery team aids in a special woman's fight against cancer. Stay tuned. This is The Peak. For the last 11 years, my good friend Amanda Buss has battled metastatic breast cancer. Amanda continues to be an inspiring warrior in her fight as she receives the best treatment and care from the St. Luke's team. Let's hear her story.
28 is a young age to be diagnosed with cancer. I was putting my daughter to bed one night and I felt a lump in my breast. The next day I called my OBGYN, went and got checked out by her, and then a biopsy, and then got the results that it was cancer. 4 years later, after I went through chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery, I woke up in the middle of the night with really bad pain in my side and drove myself to the ER to find out that my cancer had metastasized. This last year, in 2021, I was on vacation with some girlfriends, and my left side started to feel a little off. And then the next day, my left side felt a little paralyzed.
At that time, they did an MRI of her brain, and they found one large lesion and then another smaller lesion.
When they told me that I had 2 masses in my brain, I was so scared. It was one of my biggest fears throughout my whole cancer journey.
When Amanda presented to the emergency room, she had some pretty severe symptoms and deficits at that point. The primary goal was to take care of her symptoms and get her out of danger. I immediately reached out to Dr. Deb, as we knew Amanda so well, and coordinated our plan and efforts.
At St. Luke's, we have a neuro-oncology clinic that we meet weekly, and it's run by the radiation oncology team, the neurosurgical team, and the medical oncology team. So we see patients jointly, and in Amanda's case, she really needed the larger tumor to be removed, and then we talked about different types of radiation that could be delivered.
I was nervous, and I didn't have much time to think about it because my neurosurgeon wanted to operate the next day.
The large tumor that she had in the brain was in a portion of the brain that doesn't directly control her arm and leg, but it was in a region sort of what I call one step upstream. So thankfully during surgery we could tell the circuits controlling her arm and leg were fine, but she woke up with a considerable weakness in her arm and leg. Thankfully we knew that was going to improve with time.
She had radiosurgery to the smaller brain lesion that was not removed, and then she had radiation therapy that was delivered to the surgical cavity.
I am so thankful for the St. Luke's team that I have. They know me and my body as well as I do because we've been together for so long.
And with her attitude, her spirit, she rehabbed aggressively, powerfully as she tends to. And she's made a really great recovery.
My brain scans are in very good shape. The large tumor that was on the top of my head is completely gone. The tumor that was on the bottom cerebellum area, it's getting smaller every day.
She's doing fantastic, and to be part of a oncology patient's journey is a great feeling.
You know, I've been through a lot these last 15 years, and I am able to remain positive by knowing that my St. Luke's team is going to get me through it. I don't let cancer define me. I have so many other things going on in my life. I have an 18-year-old daughter. I have an adorable little puppy, and I'm the executive director of the cancer support community, where I'm able to help and advocate for thousands of cancer patients here in the Lehigh Valley. I can get through this, strap on my cowgirl boots, and keep kicking cancer's butt and live for today.
Joining me today is Dr. Yacob Faroon, a hematologist and oncologist at St. Luke's University Health Network. Thanks for being here, Dr. Faroon.
Thank you for having me, Ashley. Thank you so much.
Tell me a little bit about Amanda's cancer diagnosis. She got breast cancer at the age of 28 and then a diagnosis of metastatic breast cancer at age 32. What has that meant for her care over the years?
So Amanda was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2006 and then metastatic breast cancer in 2010. That was frightening for her because of the early age. And she had good family support. Her family came with her. And basically, we tried to support Amanda at that young age to understand what stage 4 breast cancer means to her and to her family and to her kid. So it was a good and nice journey with her, and she had been doing very, very well.
When you see someone as young as Amanda, which I expect is fairly rare, what is the position you take and what are you trying to do as her physician to give her the best quality of life while also fighting cancer that's sort of attacking her at every angle?
We see breast cancer at younger age, and inherited breast cancer that happen at age 27, 26, 31. And again, it's frightening for the patient and the family, and especially if they are young kids. You try to explain, the treatment of breast cancer stage 4. It's not curable at this time, but it's treatable like diabetes mellitus, long-term disease. You start with hormonal therapy, and hopefully she will get mild for many, many years before switching to chemotherapy. Hormonal therapy usually is easier on the body than chemotherapy. So usually most of the patients, they do very, very well. So Amanda had been doing well for the past 10 years, actually.
Which is really pretty amazing. And we know Amanda, and Amanda's a friend of mine, and she always has the most positive attitude and really is a fighter. Not to say she doesn't have dark days like everyone else, but how would you describe Amanda's state of mind and how important that is to inspire other patients that you have in their journey?
Every time Amanda comes to my office, she said, I'm going to beat it. I'm going to fight it. So I appreciate Amanda's positive attitude. I believe in every cancer patient, if the patient has positive attitude, I think this will help fighting the cancer and overcoming the side effects.
When someone is fighting any kind of metastatic cancer that's spreading through their body, how likely is it that it will crop up somewhere else? And what are you doing to watch that and really be ahead of that process?
Basically, you meet with the patient and the family, you set up criteria for treatment, including chemotherapy, target therapy, immunotherapy, hormonal therapy, radiation therapy. We have a team of multidisciplinary physicians that we meet every week or every other week for any specific cancer type. Like breast cancer, we meet every Monday in the morning and discuss every patient. And basically, you set expectation with the patient and the family. Yes, we are dealing with stage 4 breast cancer, but again, depends on the specifics of the breast cancer. If it's hormonal positive versus, hormonal negative, the treatment and the prognosis is different. Luckily, most of the breast cancer are hormonal positive dependent breast cancer. So Amanda is one of them that that benefited very well from hormonal therapy and the least side effects. She's doing very great. She has some, humps. She received radiation therapy, but again, every time she comes to my office, she say, Dr. Faroon, I want to beat that. I want to live for my daughter. I want to live for my family. And she had been doing well, greatly well.
Well, Dr. Faroon, thank you so much for joining us. We are so proud to have you as a part of the organization and a part of our community, and knowing that you and the team at St. Luke's are fighting for your patients as if they are family means everything. So thank you for joining me today. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ashley. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Please stay tuned. You're watching The Peak. Recently, I was able to sit down and chat with Edith Gutierrez-Hawbaker, who's known for some of her unique hobbies like giving back to the Latinx community and riding dirt bikes. Listen in. Welcome to another episode of Season 4 of Unscripted with Russo. I'm Ashley Russo, and I am here with Edith Gutierrez-Hawbaker. She's the creative director and founder of Te Lo Juro Collective. Edith, I'm so glad to have you here.
Hi, Ashley. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be part of the show and to have a chance to speak with you one-on-one today.
Why is that give back important to you? And why specifically to the Latinx community? And how have you seen that resonate in the Lehigh Valley?
First of all, the amount of nonprofits and wonderful organizations in the Lehigh Valley that you can associate yourself with is a tremendous opportunity for anyone who is looking to give back. The amount of support in the Lehigh Valley, I know that even when I was starting Te Lo Juro Collective or worked with SCORE in the Lehigh Valley, they connected me with a business mentor. They really helped me set up, my business plan to launch this. And so there are great and wonderful opportunities here. And so I'm so grateful for that.
Well, I love what you're doing, and I think that our community is so, so lucky to have you. We're so glad you fell in love with a man from Pennsylvania. And he convinced you to live in the woods. All right, so let me ask you about when you're not out riding dirt bikes, you're not, heading into the city, you're not doing art. What do you guys like to do around here? You mentioned a lot of outdoor stuff. Is there anywhere you love to go eat or an activity you love to do as a family that sort of gets you out and about in the community?
Oh, so we do love mountain biking, right? So that's a big thing. We'll always take our bikes, go on the trails. We love supporting all the small businesses and the restaurants in the Lehigh Valley. We're all about that. I've helped out a lot of businesses like with their logo and their marketing and everything, just to give back, to really support the entrepreneurial spirit and my entrepreneurs out there in the Lehigh Valley. I will definitely work with them and get them going. But there are a number of restaurants that we love. We love Union and Finch as one of our favorite restaurants.
Ed Hanna was just a guest, and he's so amazing. And of course, we were, I guess, collaborating and discussing our love of New York also. So right away, I was like, yeah, it's just in your soul. He had the same kind of things. Like when I got off that train the first time, it was in my soul. Well, Edith Gutierrez-Hawbaker, thank you so much for joining us. Te Lo Juro. And you can find them, please, all over. Follow them on Instagram. Go to their website. The stuff is awesome. You want to own some of it, and you just want to support something. A wonderful brand doing great things in our community. So, Edith, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much, Ashley. It's been such a wonderful time talking to you.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for listening. This is Unscripted with Russo. Until next time.
For the full interview, visit youtube.com/thepeaktv. And don't forget to subscribe to Unscripted with Russo on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Wow, we definitely like a lot of the same places. Thanks, Edith, for sharing your favorite spots in the Lehigh Valley. Up next, a story about a single mom and how New Bethany Ministries helped to make her family feel at home.
My journey in finding New Bethany Ministries, I was led to them when I came to the Lehigh Valley after the COVID issues. I had to stop working at the time, and I stopped going to school So I got financially backed up with everything. I needed somewhere to stay. I had nowhere, so that's why I reached out to New Bethany for help. My family and I, right now, we are residing at the Comfort Suites Hotel. Being at the Comfort Suites, it's not the place I want to be with my family, but it's comforting because it's been my home and I feel at home there. I sleep good, my kids do. It's been giving me the best peace I've had in a year. New Bethany helped me with emergency rental assistance for myself, my 3 children, and my adult daughter and my grandchild. It's been able to help me do things that I have never done. I purchased a new vehicle. That meant my credit went back up. I've been able to find a job, so it's been able to help me to get myself back in order. So small steps, but I'm getting there. In the beginning, I was embarrassed. I felt that way because I'm like, here I am. I didn't think at this age I'd be going through this with my family, my kids. It took so many years for me to get back on track, but I'm here. They have helped me in big ways, but not only the helping, just the great people that they have, positive people in the office, people I've been able to reach out to, talk to, email, call. Always, if they can't do something, they give me referrals, advice. They've been my go-to that I can go to with anything. If you are in need of any type of resources, it's for everyone. Don't be afraid or ashamed to reach out for help. I can't even give enough thanks for them helping us to have a home and somewhere safe to lay our heads for this almost whole year. And the biggest blessing, they've helped me to now be placed into a home. It's very important for my family to have a home because that's just our place of peace and for us to get back together as a family. So all of these blessings are being placed upon me each day.
It truly takes strength and hard work to get back on your feet, and New Bethany Ministries is always there to help. I'm Ashley Russo. Thanks for watching. To learn more about anything from today's show, go to our website, thepeaktv.com. And remember, every day is an opportunity to be your best self. This is The Peak. And remember... Sorry. Good. Fine? Yes? Safety? Need it? You're fine? Great.
Portions of this program were paid for by St. Luke's University Health Network.
The Peak TV is a production of ASR Media.
Hey, it's Dakota. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos.
To see more of The Peak TV, check out our website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and catch us on WFMZ Channel 69.